Another one that's f***ing gonna live forever. Another one. Just so many iconic moments, man. Jesus. Hey, what's up, GQ? I'm Israel Adesanya, and watch me break down some of the most memorable moments of my career.
Please put your hands together for Israel Adesanya!
Neroni, yes. My boy Neroni Mac. This was my my first and probably only amateur MMA fight. I came into this fight as a Muay Thai fighter with I think 1.5 weeks of YouTube jiu-jitsu and judo. But I'm actually glad I lost this fight. It made me realize that I needed to move up to Auckland. So if I had won this fight, bro, my head would not fit this hat. My head would have just like... So it's good that life gives you these moments just to kind of slow you down. And I don't take it as like, oh, I humbled you. It's like, nah, it's learning experiences. So I learned a lot from this fight. Oh yeah, me versus my old arch nemesis, who's still looking for a rematch till this day.
He's on the top. He's finishing Griffith. Can he lock him up? Oh, the head bouncing off the canvas. It could be all over. Terry Hill coming in closely. And
big knee to the body.
And it's called Adesanya MMA debut knockout. 2 minutes into the first round. Oh, and what an entertainer from the kickboxer.
My first MMA fight against James, and yeah, he was a good opponent to make a debut against. I'll leave it at that. This is my first international fight. Beating a tough opponent from Australia. I believe I broke his jaw in the first round with the first kick. And I was quite emotional. It was just a special moment for me, you know, coming where I come from and really trying to make it in this life. This is my first year in this game properly in Auckland. To get in my first international fight, beat a prospect 5-0 badly. One day you guys might know. One day when I decide to tell the whole story, you guys might know, because there's levels of things I've done and I'm just like, how the f did I get away with that? I should be dead by now, huh? Yeah, this is my UFC debut at UFC 221 in Perth, Australia, and this was my coming out party when I was the new dog in the yard.
He's a tough test for anybody on the feet, and I mean anybody.
And amazing how quickly it clicked for Israel.
People go really mad at this. How do you get mad at someone pulling out an imaginary penis and pissing? But yeah, people go mad at that, like, oh, you can't do that. You can't. I'm like, well, who the f said you can't? I didn't whip my real d out. It was just pretend. And this was me letting everyone know. I said, boy, you know who I am now, because I knew a lot of people try to like pretend. So yeah, I let them know. Brunson. Okay, so this was in LA, our press conference in LA, when Brunson came out talking all this shit. But you can always read the energy of people, whether they're about it or not. And I knew he wasn't a threat. Like, even if you watch the clip of this when he walked up to Dana White, Dana had to stop him. If not, he would have walked into me or walked into a right hook. He showed me his hand of what he's gonna do in the fight. He's just gonna walk forward and fall into something. So yeah, I mean, play your cards right, man. You gotta play your cards right.
UFC middleweight champion of the world, Israel, the last bender, Adesanya.
I leaned in, and I knew it was me though, but I was like, boom, relief. And yeah, I remember looking at Eugene, and he goes, for our boy Jamie, who would promise would do this one day. And yeah, that's why I pointed to the sky and said, that's for you too, bro. It's another moment in my life that lives on forever. I never thought I'd be in a fight like that. I never thought I would be, but it's good to test your spirit. The human spirit's crazy. It's magical. Yeah, this was me and Eugene afterwards, because you know, at the Robert Whitaker fight, I presented the belt to my parents because they're my creators. But before that, I had to pay homage and present the belt to Eugene because, like I said, without him, my career wouldn't be shit. And I placed the belt at his feet, and I knelt before him as my sensei, because I feel like that's kind of lost in this new era of martial arts. A lot of people don't, you know, respect their coaches or the people that got them there as much as they should, or they don't show it as much as they should. So I feel like you should give people their flowers while they're here. This was me raising the hand of one of my favorite fighters in history. He's a guy I came into this game looking at and being like, man, he's f***ing cool. To fight him, I never thought I would. I thought he'd be retired by now. And still, he's gonna go fight f***ing Logan Paul. My man's crazy. Yeah, this is a moment because like this beautiful display of martial arts, fine technique, you know, skill, will. But this moment right here was priceless because it's just the ultimate show of respect between both of us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was crying here already. I was crying the whole time. It was just magical. It's like when Iverson faced Jordan. Your idols become your rivals, that kind of shit. So, yeah, it's something that I need this framed actually. Another iconic moment. Just so many iconic moments, man. Jesus. Another one that's f***ing gonna live forever. Another one. This stance right here is the Rock Lee stance. I hit that. You can see Matt Damon and Chris Hemsworth in the back just cackling away, enjoying it. Dana White next to them. This image right here I've seen so many times. It's just synonymous. 100 years from now, they'll see this image and be like, that guy was different. The moment McMaynard bestowed the middleweight title on me after my first defense of the middleweight title at UFC 243 against Robert Whittaker. I think at that point I was saying to the camera like, oh, he doesn't have no knockouts. Because everyone was saying, oh, he had no knockout power. So in that moment I was like, yeah, I told you so. And right here I was flipping the bird to my future baby mama, Paula Costa, because he came over to Melbourne to watch me lose apparently, because he said, oh, Robert gonna kill him. Robert gonna beat him. So I was like, all right, watch this. And I saw him and I was like, f you, you piece of shit. And I let him know. You can see the expression on my face. I was really about it. Yeah. Yeah, the gunplay. Brah. Gratata. That was after this moment. That was a little homage to my culture, krump, which is a dance culture, because it's an iconic move from this guy, Tight Eyes. Yeah, I sprayed him. I f***ed him up after I came out dancing. You know, walkouts, and I knocked them out. And it's gonna live forever, forever, no matter what. It's gonna live forever. Every time I get chills, every time. I've got goosebumps right now. My show, the biggest attendance in UFC history to date. I just told the UFC that's my way or no way. I'm doing this walkout, and they're like, oh. I practiced this whole walkout the night before, the day before actually, like 6 times. Yeah, when it came to this moment, I just knew it was deja vu. And there when I'm biting my lip, I think I like flexed and I put my tongue out first, and I remember looking at myself and I was like, f***, you're a beast. There's many people in that crowd who are like, f***, I hope this gets knocked out. Thinks he's the f***ing man dancing. I am the man. And I f***ing went in there and knocked their guy out in their own backyard twice. Yeah, my G's. Jesse, who was on my left side. So Jesse's one of my best friends. You know, you see him with his own Broken Natives tattoo, because that was our crew back in the day. And Jay, the guy on my right by the belt, he was the guy we used to look up to, still do. Like he was in Rotorua when we grew up. To have them walk me out when we used to dance at City Focus, and people would just kind of like either vibe with us or not and make fun of us. So to walk out with them in front of the biggest crowd in the UFC's history, and then to dance the way we used to dance, like we're doing the whole routine, it's just like a big f*** you to everyone who ever like laughed at us. This, I like the look of a Ronin or a samurai. And I like that straw hat. The mask is iconic. Like somehow it just kind of spoke to me, and it just felt right. It's all about instincts for me. Like I just go with my feelings. So it felt right, and I came out to Lincoln Park, somewhere I belong. So the crescendo of it builds up, and then somewhere I've been, I will never know myself on. Yeah, and just the words, the lyrics it was speaking, you can kind of relate to as well. And yeah, it was a hit. It was a moment, and it's forever etched in history. Yeah, I'm always looking for moments like that, or they just find me. Oh yeah, the Halberg Awards. This is a moment when I won. I had to go backstage and do the speech, and I won Sportsman of the Year in New Zealand, which is pretty big. It wasn't just for me, like even in my speech, I mentioned some of the names that came before me, because people like David Tua should have won this award a long time ago. David Tua. I mean, seriously. So he should have won. Don't know how, but I think I was the first combat sports athlete to win. I guess in New Zealand, sometimes, you know, we tend to have this mindset like, oh, rugby, cricket, maybe sailing. We've been scrapping. We've been doing one outs for a long time. And we were at the top of the world in combat sports at one point. And now there's a resurgence that's happening again. For the mainstream and for the future of combat sports in New Zealand, they get to be on par with the All Blacks. You know what I mean? And recognized as a sport. Yeah, and I killed it in that mustard color suit. And my speech also killed it, went viral because I was speaking from the heart. I could use the same speech 10 years from now. It'd still be relevant. Yes, play it for me.
That is it! Still undisputed! Quick night at the office for the champion!
That's called dominance, absolute and utter dominance. And believe you me, this ain't my first rodeo. I know how to stir the pot, if you know what I mean. I know how to stir the pot. And this guy I fought, Paulo Costa, my bitch, he was saying some stuff, doing some stuff, and really trying to antagonize me this whole fight. I was just practicing patience till I get in there. And I tweeted on that Thursday morning in the middle of the night, I'm gonna make this look easy. 4:17 a.m. I think it was, and I'd actually time marked it. And he kept on even calling me, oh, the skinny clown, the skinny boy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm skinny. And what? I still whoop your ass. Leading up to this fight, he was undefeated, running through everyone. And people were even, oh, he beat Romero. He ran through Romero. He walked down Romero. I'm like, and I already beat Romero. Romero was scared of me. He was frozen. He couldn't fight me. So for me, I knew when it was time. I had to let him know. So I fucked him up so many ways. So the point when I knocked him down, I dropped him, pow, and he hit the ground. And I can remember that I heard his corner screaming because they couldn't believe what they were seeing. And then when he turned around and offered me his back, as any dog does, you know, I'm the new dog in the yard. I said that in my first UFC fight, and I'm the big dog in the yard. So, boom, just 2 pump. That's all I needed. Double tap, like in Call of Duty, just a little teabag.
The celebration is on in the City Kickboxing locker room. Nice to see Kai Kara-France getting in on it after what was a tough night for him earlier.
Great. It's awesome to not just sharing the card, it's the camp. Like going through the camp with your brothers who you're going to go into battle with. It's good to go through it with them. They're all celebrating. You know, Kai lost that night. Shane lost that night. But you can see, like when I said in my Halberg speech, when I win, we win. So we all share the same emotions. But the fact that they can celebrate my win like it's our win, that was beautiful. So yeah, I don't take these things for granted, man. I never do, and I always make sure I remember those who rode with me, you know, when the chips were down or when things were tough. Yeah, that's real. This is a powerful image by, I believe, Art of MMA on Instagram. It speaks for itself. 3 champions, all from the great continent of Africa, taking gold back to Africa, and I feel like it's just a moment that's gonna be remembered through history with the dominance we're gonna show in this game, and we're gonna inspire the continent of Africa to like pursue martial arts in the way that we see we can, through struggle, through work, hard work and struggle. Yeah. The t-shirt Broken Native is my tattoo across my chest, so I'm kind of just like expressing that, and the claws coming from it. That's synonymous with something I can't discuss due to copyright issues, allegedly. Hey, I believe this was his first birthday celebration. My brother behind the camera, David. And look at my mom, beautiful, glowing. I just like this picture because I can see this is when I was still kind of addicted to biting my cheeks, like, I don't know why. But you know, some people suck their thumb. I was biting my cheeks. Well, actually, that's our family picture, one of our family pictures we have. And you can see those are people that were with me before anything, before I was famous, before I was rich. I mean, look at it. Picture speaks 1,000 words. And it's good to have them in there and celebrate my people, my real people. For more GQ content, don't forget to subscribe.